For packaging resellers, the horizon for us is uncertain. As the year 2024 unfolds, the stakes have never been higher. These are the three reasons why packaging resellers are going to lose in 2024 unless they take drastic action and change how they're doing business. Coming up, forecast for 2024 for packaging resellers. If you're a packaging reseller, these are the three reasons why you're gonna fail in 2024. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I'm just telling you, I've done this for 35 years, going on 36. These are the reasons why you're gonna fail. But take heart, I'm also gonna share why you can turn this around right away. First of all, the key thing you need to understand, most packaging resellers right now are product focused. They'll come in and they're going to talk about how they're going to make a fortune selling cannabis, or they're going to make, they're in the commodity space and they're very product focused. They only sell cannabis packaging, or they only sell commodity corrugated boxes or bubble wrap. And when they're product focused, they miss out on opportunities when it comes to being able to penetrate an account. What if that account needs something you don't particularly know anything about or sell? Many of these packaging resellers just walk right away and they miss out on an opportunity. So point number one is many packaging resellers are going to fail because they're only product focused. This is what I know. This is what I don't know. Anything else in between, I'm just going to go tilt. That is going to get you nowhere. When you're a packaging reseller, you have to be able to talk intelligently about multiple different products, get into and get out of topics regarding different types of pain points that a customer is having. But again, if you're focused only on the product, you're going to miss out on other opportunities and you're going to lose. Again, there's a lot more out here. Reason number two, packaging resellers are going to fail is they're industry focused. For example, instead of being product focused, they only sell in the beverage industry or the craft brewing industry, or they only sell into, I don't know, the pet food space. But what I'm getting out is, or getting at is, if they're only focused on one particular industry, they miss out on all the other industries that could be using the same exact or have very similar problems. When you find pain point in problems, when you're able to get beyond the cheaper price kind of quote something or other, that's when you really have something of value. Now, again, if you're only focused on the beverage industry, for example, I worked with a company a while ago as a consultant, and there was a guy there that was making a fortune on these little can holders or bottle holders for the beverage industry. For example, those little 6-pack holders. And he, for whatever reason, he was enmeshed in that space, dealing only with craft brewers and making big money. Good for him. But the problem is that he knew nothing else. And that's all he knew. And when it was like, why aren't you selling other people that possibly could use these holders? Or why aren't you selling them other items besides these 6-pack holders? Or, oh no, that's all I sell. I'm in the beverage industry. He was lazy. He was very set in his ways. The problem was, and when the mothership, the company, just said, you know what, this guy's making $100,000 a year. No, we're going to make that a house account and dump him. Or we're going to limit how much he can make now. This is the kind of thing that happens when you're very focused on a particular industry alone. Meaning he could have taken that and really penetrate different accounts, different customers in different industries, and been able to sell them similar items or even other items. Penetrate, build an account, build a relationship, find out other areas, and sell them other things. This guy was thinking he was just gonna, get out of bed and be a millionaire. But no, companies are way too smart for that, and they're going to, if you're making too much money and you are somebody that's susceptible, they're going to dump you. You're gone. So when you're industry specific, now you miss out on other companies, other opportunities, and then you kind of, shoot yourself in the foot that way. And the third reason why companies or packaging resellers are going to fail in 2024 is they're focused only on a particular outcome. I can be cheaper, or we have better service, or we can deliver faster. It's those ancillary things that are, yes, very, very important. I get that. But if that's not a hot button for your particular prospect or customer, if they're not particularly worried about or concerned about a particular lead time, I'm not saying that lead time's not important, but what I'm saying is when you're only focused on the outcome, oh, I can save you money, or I can be there faster, or we have a whole department that'll automate that for you, that's great. But what if they're also looking for other things? What if they're also looking for other opportunities or other advantages or other things that maybe you don't have, but you can offer? So, all of this has to do with the big picture here that you need to understand. When you only focus on the outcome, that's when you're shooting yourself in the foot as well. So, my point with all this, let me bring this all full circle so you know that I'm not just a Debbie Downer. You can, packaging reseller, turn this around, and let me explain. First of all, find a decision maker. This is the first step if you really want to get away from being focused only on a product or focused only on an industry or focused only on an outcome. Find a decision maker. That is step number one at a target, whether it's a customer, a potential customer. Forget dealing with a clerk, forget dealing with a buyer. You've got to get beyond that to an actual decision maker. And here is why. The decision maker has skin in the game. The decision maker either gets a bonus, or maybe he's a part owner, or maybe he's involved, but he's going to tell you what's going on. A buyer is not. A buyer, most times, the buyer is only going to deal with whatever he or she is dealing with, whether that be I order twice a year, or my price is X, or I take in so much, or whatever that is, that's what they focus on. A decision maker is going to give you and start to tell you, if you do this right, give you the clues of how you get in the door. Excuse me. Every customer is like a puzzle. You got to find out which pieces fit for them. If you don't, you're asking yourself, or you're really limiting how much potential opportunity you have. Now, if you find a decision maker, the decision makers, if you do this right, will tell you the pain points they're having, what the problems are with the particular packaging they use. Again, it may be completely different and out of your wheelhouse. That doesn't mean walk away from a packaging reseller. That means embrace it. These are the things you're going to have to do differently than you've ever done if you want to flourish in 2024. Even though you've walked away in the past, or even though you don't know what they're really talking about, find a company that can actually help you and support you and teach you and guide you and show you how to kind of navigate that. And a lot of times it's common sense, asking the right questions, or saying, I don't know, or getting beyond, well, can you get me a sample? And can you tell me who else I should talk to at this company that knows this product or packaging better than you do, Mr. Decision Maker? You see where I'm going here? You're building a relationship. You're digging in further than just quoting. Again, finding a decision maker. Then be relentless in asking for pain. Be relentless. Don't be afraid to walk away. If somebody says, nah, everything's fine, you know what? They're probably BSing you. But if that's the case and they really say, well, just quote on this, walk away. I mean, run. There is no reason why, as a packaging reseller, if you're truly a professional, you don't need to quote on stuff just for the sake of quoting. If there's no pain, you're not, N-O-T, capital N, not going to get an order, period. Okay? It's not, price is not that important. forget what everybody tells you. Unless they're getting hosed, they're not going to switch because they're just going to go back to their original supplier unless there's a deep-seated pain or other reasons. We have to be relentless in our pursuit of pain. Then you're going to also have to partner with people that you can rely on to help you set yourself up or tee this up for you to be able to present to this particular client. If and when you find pain, what I'm getting at is if you're relentless in finding pain, and it may take a while, it may take several calls or emails and videos or calls, you've got to be able to find pain. And when you find it, you need to be able to grab onto that and hang on to it. If you don't, you're going to lose. You're not going to get the order. Another thing, you have to ask more questions. This is the huge key piece that you need to understand going forward if you want to be successful in this space. You need to ask questions once you've identified or they have identified a pain point. Why are you looking? What kind of pain is it? And why? I mean, did this just suddenly happen? Has this been a problem over a long time? Has this been something that just popped up? Is this something that is costing you a lot of money? What have you tried in the past? What have you, how often would you order? Is this something that is an ongoing or just a one-off kind of, let's fix the problem and solve? These are the questions that's going to set up your success rate in order to close that sale. If you don't ask these types of questions, you're not going to be able to then take that information and craft solutions for your client. Again, when a customer tells us their pain point, that's raw. And when you say, how much is this costing you? And they say it's $10,000 a month or $100,000 a month or $1 million a month, whatever that is, now you know what this pain point is costing them. And if you find the solution for this and say hypothetically that this is costing them $100,000 a month in lost orders or whatever that is, and your solution allows them to get that back, okay? And your solution is going to cost them, I don't know, $10,000. It's going to cost you $10,000 to fix this. And you know they're paying $100,000 or losing $100,000 a month. Suddenly you have a $90,000 piece here that allows you to really maximize how much you can make on that job. I'm not saying sell it to them at $90,000. I'm saying, but don't give it away. This is where packaging resellers miss out on being able to really make 30, 40, 50% over and over and over again. Solving problems with a solid solution that you have a great factory relationship and something they can't get from other people very easily. This is why specialized packaging is so important. This is why the relationship is so important. Again, what I told you in a recap are 3 reasons why packaging resellers are going to lose in 2024. And I've also given you the several reasons why they can really thrive if they follow the directions, if they follow the process. Be relentless in finding pain, focus on pain points however you can, and then hang on to that as much as you can and make sure you get across the finish line. I hope this is helpful. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed that episode. If you want to see more, here's another video that you can check out, and I hope you enjoy it. Thanks.